It is the quick take after Fulham's 2-1 victory here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. Kenny Tete and a belter from Harry Wilson gives us a very nerve-shredding win here in North London. I'm joined by Dan Cook. Hello.
Hello, Sammy.
Wow.
I said it to you just now. I think that might be the least enjoyable way to win a game of football ever. It's just like 6 minutes of heaven, and then just 84 of like, oh my God, please don't chuck this away, please don't chuck this away. But I can't think of a better start to a game than that. I'll never forget that start to that game.
It was just electric, wasn't it? I think we all came into this, we looked at Spurs' poor form, they played a big match in midweek, we had a chance here, but I'd be completely lying to you if I said I expected us to go 2-0 up within, was it 6 minutes?
I think so. It was something like, it was bonkers. We still hadn't quite finished celebrating the first. There was still that moment of oh my God, what's happened? All the players celebrating down in the corner. You obviously don't get replays when you score at an opposition's ground. So we knew Kenny Tete had scored from some distance out.
Yeah.
Looking back, massive deflection, but he hits it clean. And then, oh my God, the goal obviously from Wilson is so special, but for that first 15 or 20 minutes, I've never seen us just overrun a team completely like that. If I was a Spurs fan, I'd be so fuming. It was embarrassing how much better we were.
Yeah, we were just all over them. It was fully deserved. To go 2-0 up that quickly was kind of absurd. And we can go through them. Kenny Tete, he was brilliant today, and getting a goal kind of topped off what was a mesmeric performance. It's a big deflection for the goal, but it was well worked from Fulham down the right-hand side, and took a shot, little deflection, in. And Kenny was brilliant today.
He was superb, and that was he thrives in those moments, especially when you look at players who you need to stand up when you're trying to tough something out. He is the perfect one because he'll put in a big tackle. He's got the smarts and the intelligence to slow it down at times. He plays the ball down the channel, relieves a bit of pressure. He was my man of the match after about 70 minutes, and then I think in the last 20 he just hit a different level. He was an absolute monster, and yeah, I just can't really believe it. We said it just before kickoff. We said the vital thing today, this is a crowd that you feel like if you can get them to turn on the team early, then we've got a real chance. And what I thought was keep it at 0-0 for the first 20 or 25 minutes, let them get on their backs. If you want to go 2-0 up after 6 minutes, that is one way to get a crowd to turn.
It was amazing. And in all, let's actually, before I talk about how it possibly should have been 3-0, Harry Wilson, what's Vicario doing? What is Vicario doing there? But still, he doesn't really have the right to score from there. It's an outrageously good, bit of vision. It's just Harry Wilson all over, isn't it? That magic left foot.
I can't think of anyone on our team who I'd rather that ball fall to there.
Yeah.
He's the one player that I just know for a fact has that in his locker to do that. It felt like Josh King had maybe let the opportunity go. He sort of daddied on the ball, but then he plays actually a really perfectly weighted ball. That might be his first Premier League assist.
I think it is.
Which is great for him. And it was testament to that goal comes from, it's obviously awful from Vicario, but it comes from all the good things we did in that first 20-25 minutes, which was getting down the channels, exposing that Spurs back line. I thought Raul, whilst he wasn't perfect, he just dragged them about enough. He made the runs, he got in the way, he let people get around the back of him and run off him. And it caused them so many issues. And obviously we didn't quite keep it up for the whole game, but that first 25 minutes is absolutely the best we've played all season.
Yeah, and it's not going too far to say if it had been 3-4-0 at half time, especially in that first 25 minutes. Samuel Chukwueze had real moments. He went round the keeper, and we're not sure what the tackle was like from Van de Ven. Some thought it might have been a penalty. I actually thought it was a good tackle, and obviously the referee and VAR looked at it, but still, we were cutting them open at some time. And it was simple stuff as well. It was Raul winning flicks. It wasn't sometimes that much intricate play from Fulham. Just a long ball. Raul wins the flick. Chukwueze's behind. It was so easy.
Yeah. And it was nice to see us adapt to that, because I'm not 100% sure if that would have been the pure game plan coming into this game. It's not really how we play. We do it at times. But I think we really sensed in that moment, this is how we're going to create issues. Just keep doing it. And yeah, as you say, Chukwueze, I think probably could have had a penalty slightly earlier when he didn't go down, took the shot, went out for a corner. I think the second one, from what I've seen, apparently it's just an exceptional tackle from Van der Ven, who probably is one of the few Spurs players who can walk out today being like, I did everything I could and some of the other players on my team let me down. But yeah, delighted to see Samu start. I thought he was fantastic. It showed that he's not played a huge amount of football because he looked knackered by the time he came off. But we've got some cracking wide options at the moment.
Dan, 2-1 victory over Spurs. It's obviously Black Friday weekend. Tomorrow you're going to be on a high. You're going to be wanting to probably just buy something impulsively to celebrate. I'm thinking, go to My Kind of Cruise, get yourself that cruise that you want to bask in the glory of Saturday's magnificent win. Right now, one place in the world you could go on a cruise, go.
I want the sort of the Scandinavian fjords. I want to go like that. I'm freezing as it is, so I may as well stay cold. And in homage to Joachim Andersen and to Sander Berger, get me up to Scandinavia, get me through those fjords. Beautiful.
Well, if you want to book your Scandinavian cruise or any cruise around the world, My Kind of Cruise sponsors the Quick Take this season, and they have their biggest ever Black Friday sale on right now. Head to mykindofcruise.com, use the code Fulhamish, or download the app from the Google Play or Apple App Store. My Kind of Cruise, founded by a fellow Fulham fan. Thank you for sponsoring the Quick Take. Fulham did regress in the end of the first half, and then the beginning of the second half was much of the same. If there was one criticism today, it was that I think we all felt like the goal was coming and that the changes that Marco did implement, which saves the match for Fulham, I feel like all of us in the stands were feeling 5-10 minutes before that goal went in that this goal is coming. We have to stop the tide, because we were just retreating, letting Spurs have wave after wave, and they missed some big chances. Eventually one went in from Kudus. At that point, we all said to each other, this game doesn't end 2-1. I mean, thank God it did, but I was so scared.
Yeah, petrified. And it was a great example, I think, of where Lukic and Berger absolutely do have a role as a midfield duo in this side. Because I thought Alex Iwobi was instrumental in that first half. He doing lots of good work. Sometimes the ball was bypassing him, but he was still there as that second option. Him and Berger were great together. As you start to have 25-30% possession, he's not the player you want there. And Lukic needed to come on way earlier. We said ourselves, and it would have felt ridiculous at 2-0 up, kind of felt like a sub could have happened at half time.
Yeah.
We rode our luck a little bit in that first 15, but it was really evident they were going to score. It was so obvious. And so thankfully the changes came, and that made a whole heap of difference. After that, we were so much better, so much more solid. I thought Sasha was superb. He just came in, broke stuff up. Massive shout out on a double front to Raul Jimenez, because I don't know, it's difficult when you're watching in the ground and you're stood next to a couple of people. I'm sure there are some people who've watched him tonight being like, he gave the ball away lots, he didn't get into dangerous positions, and I accept all of that. But his work rate up top when we had no possession was immense, down to the very last second of that game when he was chasing down their centre-backs, and the header to clear off the line, which is very easy to forget happen, has won us that game. Yeah. That header off the line from that corner, I think it was Bergvall who flicked it on, wins us that game. So for a guy who has had a tough season, really, on the score sheet last week, fantastic, and then to just back it up by just being relentless, deserves so much credit, because he's not getting any rest. There was no point today where Jonah Kusiasari could have come on. Yeah. You can't make that change. So he realised he was going to have to play 95 minutes, and he just did it.
I thought Raul was brilliant today, and I think deserves all the plaudits, because sure, it wasn't on the score sheet, but he just worked so hard. And in that first half, he was winning a lot of headers as well, and no one can question his work rate and how much he is trying for this team. We've talked about mentality a lot this season. It's kind of the final thing I want to address. The way that we folded at Villa, we folded at Bournemouth, and we conceded late at Newcastle. And we haven't won away from home this season. Wow. Those boys should be so proud of themselves, because they've been rightly criticised for bottling it in key moments this season, on the road in particular. I'm so happy that this one, they saw over the line. And we got away with it a few times. There was a few moments where your heart was in your mouth, where you thought Spurs might equalise. But let's be honest, in stoppage time, we were so professional. We just handled the situation and the game plan perfectly. Timothy Castagna coming on, making it a back five, was just a masterstroke from Marco. The team have just deserve all the credit here. And whilst, yes, we'll probably pick out some players like Tete, but the whole team today down to a man, particularly those ones that finished the match, heroes.
Yeah, real fantastic togetherness. Saw it at the celebrations at the end, the players coming over. That was a real, like, they got the fruits of their labour there. They came over and they just took the adoration, which was tough because we weren't able to really... I think we were all just stood there in that away end for that last 20 minutes, unable to, like, sing, clap. We were just all just, like, stunned. Like, I was just tense the entire time. And so it felt like at the end, everyone was just able to release that. I thought the back line just really gritted together today. I thought Anderson and Bassey were a good duo. They were fighting for each other. You know, there were moments where Anderson got fouled and Bassey's the first player over, shoving Spurs players out the way. Just that little bit of unity is so great. And yeah, I don't think anyone... Emile Smith-Rowe, like...
Yeah.
He came on, I've never seen him press like that, ever.
He was brilliant.
And like, he might have touched the ball 4 times, but the number... Like, in that last 10 minutes, he just kept on putting them under pressure. And during added time, most of the game was played down in Spurs' right back position, because we just penned them in and we just wouldn't stop running. It's really satisfying, isn't it? Those are the best away wins. It's like, obviously it's great when you go away and you win 5-0 and you take the piss. It's really great when you dig in and you just get over the line in a game that you usually wouldn't expect to.
Yeah. All right, we will wrap this up. What a win for Fulham. Plenty more reaction on Fulhamish in the next couple of days, including a podcast tomorrow, which will be very fun. Dan, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sammy.
You right.